Shit, let's see.
Yo, yo, what's
Yo,
up?
yo, what's up?
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. It's been a while, brother.
I know how you been.
Doing good, doing good. Travel and Bang, Marky Bravo and Diablo. What's up?
That's what's up. You gotta travel and bang these chicks before you settle down. You know.
There's some probably some of my female entourage gonna watch this and roll their eyes and shit, but that's all right. Yeah. But you know what? What we're gonna get into on the Travel and Bang is I wanna compare the shit that you go through in the American dating game with American women compared to, like, say, what you find in Europe. And because I still tell people I run into about that one time when I was in Kuwait. Was I Kuwait? And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and team up with Diablo. We'll fly to Germany and we'll go over there and have some fun and shit. And I landed at the airport, and I don't even want to tell. I don't want to give away the story, but the shit is crazy because every guy I tell is like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Really? You know, because they expect that in a third world country. They don't expect some shit like that to happen in a first world nation.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you're right about that. But it happens. I mean, it's like the less of you, the more valuable you become. Why we want to be somewhere where there's a bunch of people like you. If you somewhere and you the only dude that's different from all the other guys, you're gonna get the icing off the cake first.
And that's what it is. That's what it is. It's that, but it got to be a little bit more because you know what I mean. Like you're just not, as an American dude. Say you try that shit in another city, and you ask the woman, "Hey, I'm gonna come to that city." She's not gonna volunteer. I'm gonna pick you up at the airport, and then
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna take you back to my place, and I'm gonna bang your brains out. I mean, this sounds juvenile. This sounds like this is fairy tale nonsense. What are they talking about? But it is. There's a big difference. I still think the European women are they're more sexually open.
They are. They're more sexually open.
Do you want me
They
to
don't.
go ahead?
They don't play them girl games like I'm gonna do this to see what he do or to see how he react. No, European girls, whatever they want, they're gonna let you know. You take it or you don't. It's just like that. You ain't gotta worry about it. You don't need no game. You just gotta be you.
I mean, I know you're married now, but no, I just want to explain my version of what I saw happen. All right. So I fly to Germany, and we time it perfectly. So we're at the Frankfurt airport at the same time. And so I see him come up, you know what I mean, grab a coffee and stuff. And then I'm thinking he's gonna come with me on the German U-Bahn, the train system. Instead, he says, "No, no, 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 no. I met this German chick online. She's coming to pick me up." And I said, "Where's she from?" I forgot. Was it Schweinfurt or somewhere where I was like, "Get the fuck out of here. She's not coming 2-3 hours driving to come get you. She doesn't even know you like that. Why would she do that?" You know what I'm saying? And then I thought, okay, she there's a chance she's gonna do it, but let me take a good look at her. I bet she. I thought I bet you she's fat. I bet you there's something wrong with her, like she's desperate for cock or something, right? So she pulls up in her Volkswagen. And this really attractive blonde woman gets out of the car, and I'm thinking like, what? That's her? And I was like, wow, she's kind of hot. And she's like, Diablo. Actually, she said your real name, but you know what I mean? And I was stunned. I was like, get the fuck out of here. This is crazy. I can't believe this shit. Why isn't the woman that I'm going to Germany to visit, why isn't she picking me up? And so, she grabs his suitcase like a servant and puts it in the trunk of the car. And that was it. I didn't see him. He just waved at me and said, okay, bye. And he left. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, man, this is crazy. And this happened. This happened. And that's why in the army, back in the army days, I remember the black soldiers used to say, Germany's the black man's heaven. I shit you fucking not. This isn't like some made up shit. U.S. soldiers used to always say that about Germany. I don't know if it applies to France or Italy, but I'm saying, especially in Germany, that they got like the German women really have a fetish for black American men. And so that was like my, reminded of like, oh, that's why they say that in the U.S. Army, right? But then, isn't the story like she takes you to her place, and like, how did you get into it? Did you just automatically like go at it, or you hung out, or how was that? And then later you found out she was actually she had a dude. It was a dude somewhere in the, the shit was crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, wild stories, man. She just took me to her house. She told me go ahead and get some rest. After the day, I start my vacation. And after she got off of work, she came. She offered to shower together with me, and she rode the pony, and we had a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
She made me.
Yeah, go ahead.
At like 2 in the morning, she made me some scrambled eggs and some type of German meat. It was really good.
Like,
yeah.
This look. I don't want any guys that they're sleeping on. There's man, because I didn't get to put out this live stream early enough to go promote it. But when they see it, they're gonna be like, see, when I say it, they're like, this nigga making this shit up. He's full of shit. He's making this up. He got to be making this up. And that's why I'm glad you're on this live stream, so you can literally tell the men out there in cyber world, like this shit really goes on in other countries. Because like right now, you got some dude, I don't want to even say his name. I don't want to disrespect him in the show because I got respect for his business partner who let me on his show. But this guy literally is going out there saying Americans, you know what I mean, are losers. American men are losers who decide to go overseas because you don't got game. You can't get women in your own country, so you got to fly to another country to get it. Pussy. You're a loser. You're a simp. You're a beta male. And I'm thinking like, really? Because you chose to have an adventure overseas, and because the women are more sexually liberated, if you will, you know what I mean? That's being a simp. That's like cutting the game in half.
Exactly. I even had a woman fly me to Budapest.
Oh yeah, but wait a minute. We're gonna get to that. Whoa. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. But I'm just saying, like, so this blonde German chick is like you said, invited him to shower, and then they start doing it, and I don't want to get too explicit, but I remember some of the stories. It was sloppy head. Like, you know what I mean? Just hot pornographic type of banging. Like I said, I don't want to be perverted, but I want people out there to understand like how it went down. This is like every man's dream that he could do that. Go fly to Germany, have a hot blonde pick you up at the airport, and then from there end up, having like she's doing double monkey backflips with you in her bedroom. And then later, of course, he finds out. It gets really crazy. It's like you find out she's actually engaged to some army soldier, and he's like calling her, and she's talking to him. I remember he told me this. She's talking to her man's on the phone while she's stroking your Johnson, right? Something crazy. My God, man, this is crazy. This is nuts.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, them girls is wild. They like to have fun.
and then I want to fast forward because I don't, you know what I mean? Because I want to fast forward. So I'm all the way in another city in Germany. He's in the opposite direction. And so after he was done having fun with her, the blonde, he comes to my hotel room. You know what I mean? This, you know what I mean? We're chilling. I'm thinking like, oh, okay, I guess that was the end of his fun. No, 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 I dear sir, I do not say, I do declare. So Diablo tells me, hey, there's another chick. She's Italian, and she said she was gonna come pick me up. I'm like, okay, listen, you know what I mean? I know a lot of dudes are watching this. A lot of even women might be watching this. They might like, okay, look, I believe the sun, moon, and the stars, the sun, moon, sun, and stars will align once, but twice again. And so I'm thinking like, this ain't gonna happen. This bitch is blowing smoke up his ass. And be sure you know it. A couple hours later, like, who's that? And then Diablo's like, I told you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I go to the hotel door. You know, I mean, we're in the town, the city of Baden-Baden, right? So I open the hotel door, and here's this good-looking Italian girl. I'll just say her first name. I won't say last because I still remember she's that good-looking. Ramona, right there at the door, and she's like, hey, is Diablo here? And I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm all like confused and shit. Like, yo, what is he doing? Black magic, Puerto Rican voodoo? Like, what is he doing? You know what I mean? And yes, sure enough, Diablo wasn't in the hotel room for more than a couple hours. He grabs his shit and goes, okay, I'll check you. And then he leaves. He leaves with Ramona, also drove like 2-3 hours to come to Baden-Baden to pick his black Puerto Rican ass up. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So, see, the reason why I'm saying what the fuck is not because I don't think he can pull it off, but because these women, the same type of women in the US with those type of looks, like, okay, let's say 1 through 10. They're like, I'm not going to say, oh, they were 9s and 10s, but they were like 7, maybe on a good day, 7.5, bordering 8. They were good looking women. And in the States, you just don't get that type. You would not. You will not get, usually you won't. Sometimes maybe if it's beach bikini week, spring break, drunk college girls want to freak out. But usually, I'm just saying it does not go down like that in the United States. So to see that happen, that these women are okay with the hookup culture, they're like, hey, yeah, they find them attractive. They're like, hey, yeah, why not? Let's fuck. They're what I call, look, these are the elements that we want in a woman: fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and ready to go. And that's what shocked me about every time because I'm half German. Every time I go to Europe, I'm just like, wow, this is the elements are here. Don't get me wrong. Germany and Europe has its Euro trash. They're trashy bitches. They're bad. It's all over. It's every country has it, but there are more. I wouldn't say quality, but there's more the type of women that, as an American, you would want to run into. You know what I mean? So he leaves with Ramona, and then later I'm hearing the same stories. Just really raunchy, triple X sex. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, man, don't tell me no more, man. I'm starting to get turned on thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like sloppy head. You know what I mean? When the woman spits on it. You know what I mean? Nah, I know it's explicit. But yeah, man. So what I'm getting at is for 2 weeks, if you think about it, he had a woman for every week. And this was consensual. This was consensual. It was fun. These women had fun. They enjoyed themselves. Diablo enjoyed himself. And then, even his experiences and adventures with a European women didn't even end there. In the future, what Czech Republic? Or where was Hungary, right?
Yeah, out in Budapest. Yeah, Budapest.
Yeah.
Hungary.
See, and she
flew me out there.
Yeah, she was a gorgeous looking girl too. I mean, so and that's what I've been trying to tell these dudes is like, I'm not saying go overseas, get married to one of these foreign women. I'm not saying like, oh, this is the end all be all. This is gonna, stop your drought if you're not having sex or you're not winning in dating in the United States. But I'm saying don't sleep on going overseas. Don't sleep. It's you can have a really fun time, and the women are way more sexually liberated. Here in America, you have what I call wholesome pretenders and erotic hypocrites. Women that they want to fuck, they feel sexually attracted, but they downplay their arousal, okay, that they have for the man because they've been programmed, pre-programmed by social conditioning that no, that's not how a woman functions. You shouldn't do that. Ooh, you'd be a slut. Dirty, dirty horse, slut, you. You know what I mean? And it's just like
Yeah.
that's what ruins it in the US. That's what ruins it. Don't get me wrong. Once in a blue moon, I'll run into a good looking woman who's sexually liberated. She's open. She's what you call a reciprocator. She's looking for the same thing you're looking for. And they're out there, but they're just not in the United States. They're just not as prevalent. And that's why I was telling men in the US, you have to be more direct, right? You have direct game, because if you don't, you'll run into manipulative time wasters, women who, through the possibility of sex, you're thinking you're going to get something out of it, but they're just leading you on, they're stringing you along. And, it's like, would you like to come bowling with me and my friends? You never know what happens at the end. And then these thirsty, desperate guys in the United States, most of them are like, oh, she's really going to give me some loving tonight. Oh, yeah. And then nothing happens. And that's why in the States, you have to be direct. I'm not saying you have to be like, hey, are we fucking or what? I'm not saying that, but you have to be direct with, hey, I don't want to just be your platonic male friend. You got to get that out of the way right away. But these girls online, you met them when we went on the trip to Germany. So you already kind of like you already established that with them. Like, hey, I'm not coming over to play tiddlywinks. I'm not coming over to play a game of dominoes in your living room. Right?
Exactly. They were more they were like more sexual than I was. Like they attacked me more sexually than I was attacking them. So yeah, it's a European woman awesome.
Wow. That's that. Yeah, why is it overseas women from other countries? It's just like I feel the same way about Australian women. When I went to Dubai, I had to wait 2 days in Dubai before catching another plane. And I ran into this group of Australian women in this bar bistro area. They were there doing a book club or some weird shit. It was weird. Martinis and books. Who would have thought? And it was the same thing, that how fast that a discussion over sex, how fast it came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And how fast that this woman at the table wanted to fuck. And I said later, after done, I asked her, like, but you're married and you have kids. Why? I'm just curious. I'm not trying to be a moralist now, but why would you? And she said, look, I've been married for fucking 20 years. I do some shit once a year and I get it out of my system. I got to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy. You know what I mean? But see, that's that liberal. I don't want to use liberal in the sense like we in America use it. That's that overseas liberal mentality that you find in Europe, you find in Australia, you find it in all these different other countries, you know what I mean, Western nations. And then you come back to the US and you run into this weird fucking puritanical, weird conservative bullshit. The fuck?
Yes.
It's strange. It's strange.
Yes. It's you so right about that. You so right. When I came from Europe, I was mad when I got off the plane because I knew all that pretty shit was done.
What do you mean?
Like when I came back to the States from Germany and I got off the plane and I'm taking a train home and I'm talking to I'm checking out the chicks on the train and I was like, man, this some bullshit. And I already knew I'm back in America. All that shit is done. So now it's about getting lucky and striking up with these chicks over here.
Yeah, I mean, because we in America, we have that baggage. You told me about being a Black Puerto Rican. We don't have to get into the bullshit, but you know what I mean? How women in America, on this side, you're not Black enough. On this side, you're not Boricua enough. You're not this, you're not that. It's like it's just so much cultural, ethnic bullshit going on in America. It just complicates the game. Well, overseas, women want to I know a lot of people probably go, no, they don't. Overseas, women want to fuck guys from different cultures, ethnicities, and races. They're open to it. They loving that shit.
Exactly.
They're loving that shit.
Exactly.
In America, they try to make us seem like a melting pot, which we are, but I still feel, I don't know. There's some shit going on here that there's like some
Yeah.
shit where things are still divided. You better put that game on turbo because I'm not saying it's hard, but I'm saying that it's different. It's different. It's very, I would say, yeah, it's challenging. It is. If you don't got game in America, life can be very challenging with women and trying to keep a sex intimacy going on.
That's so true. Unless you just turn around and just marry the first one, the first chick you find, and then you gotta be lucky after that,
Yeah,
and some dudes do that, and that shit ain't cool either.
you gotta taste the rainbow first. Yeah, I mean that ain't cool. And
Exactly.
I mean, so the real quick, the intimacy with the girl in Hungary was that on point as well? What do you feel the women?
Oh
That's Eastern Europe, so
yeah.
Hungarian,
Oh oh yeah. That was awesome. That's like being with a chick from Hungary was no different than going to you porn and watching a video.
Wow, it was
Yeah. Yeah.
oh
So
sloppy wet sex.
fishnet, fishnet, dirty talking, outfits, you name it.
Wow, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and that's definitely why, like I said, I had to do this video. If any guys are watching this, leave some comments if you have traveled overseas and your experiences, or if you don't even agree, you need to speak up or forever keep your fucking peace. So leave some comments if you catch this stream some other day, some other time. But and I, you know what, and I'm about to ramp it up because I like traveling, and I'm thinking about, what, I got to get out there. Now, I don't know if I want to right now after the whole COVID debacle, want to go overseas to Europe now, but I was seriously thinking about going because I know this woman in Australia, and I've been knowing her a long time, and it's a risk, it's a chance. But I'm thinking about flying over there and just kicking it with her. She's real cool. Worst case scenario, hey, nothing, no guarantees. What a Chico DeBarge. You know what I'm saying? Or I also wanted to check Canada out. You know what I mean? I definitely heard some great things about the women in Toronto. I have some connects there too, female connections. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about. And don't sleep on Latin America. You know what I mean? I'm still definitely. I always think about Colombia in a warm way. You know what I mean? And it's not because some countries got a reputation for certain things, but it's just they have good looking women. You know what I mean? They have. It's just Colombia. A matter of fact, remember Kane before he ran off and got married? Kane used to always tell me, "Yeah, we gotta go to Colombia,
Yeah.
Papa. We gotta go to Colombia." And then he went and got married and shit. So you know what I mean? Like that ain't happening,
Yeah.
unless he gets divorced or you know what I mean, or his wife trips on a banana peel and falls into a coma because she's Mexican and she ain't gonna let his ass go to fucking Colombia alone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. Yeah. No. He can't go nowhere. She'll beat him up. She'll probably stab him.
Oh man. Shit, man. You know what? I wanted
Um.
I wanted to get into more, but if anything, I want to be real. This was just a test run, for more streamings to come to talk about this subject. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep it lighthearted. I wanted to keep it fun. At the same time, knowing, hey, this, I gotta point this stuff out because I do realize, you know what I mean. You're married. You don't want your wife looking at this going like, "What the hell? Why he bragging about shit?" You know what I mean? What the hell? So that's why I kind of pulled the shit out of the closet. You know what I mean? Like the Michael Jackson song, "Keep it in the closet." You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna definitely push this Travel and Bang channel to where it gotta go to. And what are you getting into, brother?
Shit, man. I'm just gonna be chilling. I'm gonna finish smoking this blunt. I don't know. Finish my drink and probably go to sleep. What time is it?
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
gonna be chilling here.
Same thing here.
Yeah.
I got some things to catch up on. Okay, for every viewer out there, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip
Peace.
side. Asombroso.